Alright, what up Finntastics, welcome to another Finntastic Live Show, and in case you're a first timer here, welcome, my name is Aleksi and I make fantastic videos about Finnish culture, lifestyle and language, so if you're into those kind of things, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell button as well, so you will get all the notifications from everything you need to know. And so, okay, good stuff guys, so today's topic will be about it's something that we don't really cover on this channel. It's a lot about politics. And before we actually jump into the topics, I just want to let you know that this channel is not really about politics. I don't want this to be like politically charged channel. And that's the one reason. And the second reason is that I myself, as a personal level, I'm not really into politics that much. But because the new government was elected, I thought it's kind of important to see like what kind of initial plans they have and stuff. So that's definitely what we are going to do. So we are going to refer to this Yle article, which has listed kind of this most crucial plans that they have planned. And that's what we're going to check out. And we have some people already joining in. Let me know in the chat where you're watching the Finntastic show. We have people from Belgium, Brazil, Helsingistäkin on joku näköjään. Ketäs muita täällä on? Hello. So just let me know in the chat, or if you're watching the replay also, where you're watching this one. So that's the thing. Sayakka is at least here. Eilem is here, Elona is here, Joris is here, Ohio, Albania, wow, one of my good friends from Albania actually, India, USA, pretty good stuff. How many people? 24 people, I guess there's 12 people joining in. People from Lahti, wow, Lahti Business City, aka Chicago, Finland, and England, okay, good stuff. And Romaniastakin on Loredana, mahtava homma. Okay, so I'm going to just switch to the other screen and let's just jump into the stuff. I also put the link in the description of the article directly, which you can also open and just scroll it on your if you want. But yeah, let's just see. And actually, yeah, before we jump into the thing, so let me give you a quick background. So the new parliamentary elections were like 1 month ago, and the Social Democratic Party won just by like a really thin marginal with one seat, and this means that they become the biggest party, and they also got the prime minister, who is Antti Rinne, and all the ministers are all now elected, and they have formed the agenda, the governmental agenda, which they try to push in these upcoming 4 years. I think it's 4 years is always like one cycle, and they have listed these initial plans. Actually, there's like the document itself is like 200 pages, but we're definitely not going to do that. But there's Yle has made like a really nice summarization of these things, and let's jump into those things. And I'll try to keep an eye on this chat, but you know, because I'm kind of reading the stuff, looking at you, and trying to look at the chat itself, so it's kind of difficult stuff. But yeah, and at the end I'll look at more the questions, but if you want to make sure I'll get to your stuff, you can always consider sending a super chat. You get like this really colorful message and it will pop on in the screen. Can I let me just can I simulate? Yeah, okay, so this is what happens if you want to do that. Yeah, you will support the channel also, so but that's up to you if you want to do that. So all right, but okay, without further ado, let's just jump into this stuff, and I think I have everything prepared here. Okay, so this is the article. Let me just open the chat also, and yeah, so here's some previous like some intro stuff. What's kind of cool also is that the government is planning to improve the employment rate from 71. Oh, joku pelaaja joined the Finntastic World. That's great. Welcome. From 71 to 75%, which is kind of like ambitious, but yeah. Okay, let's just jump to the things. So first of all, we have €50 boost for small pensions and activation model recall. Okay, so basically this means that people, or like old people who have very small pension or low pension, will get a €50 increase but it's like it says here, with the smallest pension income over a period of 4 years. Half of the sum had previously been bandied about. Okay, and here's like let's just see what else is saying here. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so people with low pensions get a kind of like small boost. And then this is activation model. So this activation model was kind of like a debated thing. So the previous government implemented this activation model, which basically means that unemployed people usually have this unemployment benefits, to make, to be able to pay the rents and stuff. But this activation model that was implemented basically meant that if you don't actively look for jobs or, try to do something about your unemployment state, they will cut the benefits. And this was like highly debated and stuff. There was some kind of like lax, which kind of like caused a lot of debate, and people were kind of not satisfied. But according to these guys, the new government is planning to, terminate the activation model. Basically, I think it's not mentioned here, is it? Okay, but basically what they're planning to do, they're planning to come with like a better system to employ people. But this is just kind of the thing. Let's not go too much into the details, because then we would spend the whole day talking about politics, which is not necessarily something that we should do. But yeah, basically this is the first one. Low pension increase and activation model termination, basically. Okay. This next one is interesting. Longer compulsory education and Swedish back as a compulsory subject. Okay, this is interesting. So let's see what's said here. So the compulsory education basically means that there is a certain age limit until you have to go to school. I think at the moment it's like 15 years. But which usually includes the basic education. But now they're planning to extend it to the second it's like secondary education, which means either upper secondary school or vocational school. And basically what this means that this, if they do this, the upper secondary schools will be basically free. Well, actually they are free now, but for example, buying the books in upper secondary school is actually quite expensive, because you have to buy the books and stuff. Basically, if this gets rolled out, as far if I understood correctly, all the books and everything would be free in that case, which is actually quite good. And this is a good way to keep people falling out of the society, because if you drop out from the school after basic education, you are on a very bad foundation. So I think this is actually quite cool stuff. I'll try to check out the comments in a little bit. So that's the thing. Let's see. Was there anything else according to that? Okay, nothing else. But the Swedish thing is kind of interesting. So as it says, like the Swedish language test was obligatory in the upper secondary matriculation exams until 2005. But now they are planning to bring it back. And this is it's very very interesting decision, because if you know, maybe you don't know, Swedish is the official language here, but truth is that only a small fraction speaks good Swedish. Those are usually in Helsinki area or the Swedish-speaking area, which are usually on the west coast. For example, I come to the west coast myself, but I'm not bilingual, for example, myself. And I saw an article where the teachers were really happy about this, but the students were not. So this is actually quite interesting decision. And remember, these are just their plans. They haven't done this already, but this is something what they intend to do. So quite interesting. So kind of interesting stuff there with the language. And what's also added here, they are also planning to increase the funding of universities and other tertiary education institutions. I think this is good. So, for example, it says like funding for universities will increase by 40 million euros annually, while colleges of applied sciences will receive 20 million euros, 20 euros annual increase. Wow, that's nothing. Yeah, so I think this is good, because education is one of the big cornerstones of Finland, and I think this is definitely a good place to put some money. Okay. Is there anything else? Appropriation for higher education institutions will once more be subject to index increase. So until now they haven't been in index, so they're planning to bring it back to index. Okay, let me check out the comments. Does the activation model apply for immigrants as well? I mean, it will so everyone. Okay, let me just take it easy. So the social benefits is only for people who are either Finnish residents or have permanent residency. But I think there has to be some sort of support system for immigrants as well. Unfortunately, I don't know how it currently works, because that's not something I haven't actively looked up into. But yeah, that's a good question actually. Good news for the universities, more funding. Yes, I think that's, like I said, it's a very good place to put some money. Finland will face the disaster, bunch of freaks in power. This will last for an year. Yeah, it's quite interesting. So once we get further in the list, you will see what other things they plan to do. Okay, but let's move on. There was additional municipalities will receive a total of 335 million euros over 5 years to hire more teachers for vocational education. Again, I think that's a good place to put some money. Okay. Number 3 is household expenses tax credit to fall, paternity leave to rise. Okay, so in Finland we have this household expense deduction. So for example, if you renovate your place or you order some cleaning services and stuff, you can deduct those costs. And until now it's been like 2,400 euros with 40% of the total applicable to labor costs, but now they're planning to reduce it to 2,250 with labor at maximum 40%. Okay, and they estimate they will get around 95 million euros extra money. I think, well, of course it's always not good if they cut deductions, but again, this is not something that applies to me, so I can't really say anything reasonable for this. So that's the point. But the next one, parental leave reform was a subject to a roast that surfaced during parliament election, blah, blah, blah. The government has now decided to extend paternal leave quotas. The measure will not affect maternal leave entitlements, and it will also continue support caring for children at home and will introduce a modest increase in child and all of us. Okay, so again, some efforts to child welfare in terms of parents. I think, again, that's good. So dads have like more kind of these leaves that they can spend with their kids. Okay, let me look at the questions. Where is that money coming from for the universities? That's a good question. It wasn't really mentioned here. Is the coalition officials created already? Yes. Yeah, the new government has been chosen, and I think they're already officially running. Okay, so that's the third one. Nothing really kind of interesting or like kind of special here, I guess. Okay, but this next one is interesting. Change to definition of rape offenses. Okay, this can be a little bit like a sensitive topic, but the problem with the Finnish law system and judgment system, in my opinion, is that the people who do these serious offenses get like too light sentences. So for example, there has been some cases in recent years where these, for example, people who have offended like rapes for underage like children, that's like totally unacceptable, have only got like very light penalties, like 2-3 years in jail, and that's not completely okay. And now they are planning to change the definition of these offenses, which is, I think it's very good, because there has been unfortunately quite a few of these cases recently, and I think this is definitely something that has to be addressed. Let's see some of the questions. What do you think? Why does government want Finns to learn better Swedish? That's actually that's something I would like to know, because Swedish is not really a crucial part nowadays, because only a small number of people speak Swedish, and we also put a lot of resources in the school because it's the official language and everything. Like, in my opinion, we should kind of tone it down and maybe ultimately get rid of the official language status, because the amount of effort and resources we put in terms of like how much do we get return, which means like how well Finns know Swedish, is like totally very low. I don't have any numbers, but I can, as a Finn, I can tell, because most of the Finns don't really know fluent or can't really speak fluently Swedish. There are definitely people who can speak very well Swedish, but that's the point. Okay, let's see. I'm a foreigner planning to study a PhD in Finland. Investing in university will be a step to the Finnish government. This will foster research. Yeah, that's definitely what I think too. Yeah, okay, kind of sensitive stuff, but I think this is very important. Oh, and also what's said here is that they are planning to make contraception free for everyone who's under 25. I think that's great. And that guaranteed access to a doctor would be amended to ensure access to care in 7 days in non-critical cases. Okay, so that's kind of like a healthcare stuff. I think that's great. So free contraception for young people, and this kind of stuff, that's good. But this like a offense thing is kind of serious, kind of something that has to be addressed. And I'm glad that they have realized that this has been a problem, and hopefully things will be better. Do Swedes speak Finnish? The people in Sweden probably know, because they don't have to learn it. Okay, mandatory Swedish studies are a joke and just political tool to keep Swedish-speaking minority to maintain position of power. Okay, I see the point of that comment, because there is a number of these minority Swedes, and if we kind of dumped everything related to Swedish, then I think they would kind of get pissed. Okay, let's move on. Next we have higher tobacco, alcohol and fuel taxes. Okay. So let's see, the government program also takes aim at curbing consumption of harmful substances by hiking taxes on them, okay? And this means 5% increase on liter price for petrol and diesel. And they are planning to get 250 million extra euros in tax income. Okay, and meanwhile, taxes on tobacco products will see. Okay, yeah, so cigarettes will be goddamn expensive. So a packet of cigarettes costs now around 8 euros. But in the future, almost 10 euros. And the tax increase on alcohol will be a little bit more moderate. But tobacco is kind of, it's gonna be really expensive to smoke. So if you are planning to come to Finland and you smoke, you better stop, because it's gonna cut a big hole to your wallet if you do that. And the plan is just to reduce smoking. And I think this is as a person who has never smoked, I think this is kind of good, because I think this is a good way to reduce smoking. I know people who are smokers don't probably like this. Of course, why would they? Because it's going to be really expensive. But I think this is just good, because smoking is not not good for anyone. It's not for the smoker, not the people who's around the smoker. Just everyone loses when you smoke, except the industry. But I don't think smoking is not something that should be boosted. Finland will have the highest price of cigarettes in the world. But I heard in Australia or somewhere it's like even more expensive, but I'm not sure. Irish language in Ireland is important to promote because it's our language, but Swedish is not your language. Well, Swedish is our official language, so that's just something we have to kind of keep in mind. Let's see, what else? No, not. But what do you think about this? Is it good that smokes? What do you think about these kind of increases? The problem with this is that, for example, people who drive a lot with cars, for example, if they have to commute to another city or they have to go to their work with a car, that they are of course going to lose, because it's going to be increasing the petrol costs. But people, for example, who live in the Helsinki area where the public transportation kicks ass, you can pretty much get everywhere with public transport. For them, it's not going to be any significance because they don't use the car. For example, I'm that kind of person. But someone who uses the car a lot, and there's definitely a lot of drivers in Finland, they are going to pay more. let's see. No, what do you guys think about it? My dad died 2 months ago from a cancer derived from a long time smoking. Okay, I'm really sorry about this, but this is a good example, like what will happen if you smoke. So, well, I don't want to preach. I mean, if you smoke, that's up to you, and because it's your life. But smoking is just is not good. Is Swedish your official language? Yes, it is. It's one of the official languages. So Finnish and Swedish are the official languages. In France, the average price is 8.5 euro. Also helped increasing the number of smokers. Exactly, that's probably one of the goals with this, with this one. Okay, so I don't think we have any more comments related to this, so let's move on. Okay. Lower taxes on income, jury still out on capital gains tax. Okay. So they are planning to ease some of the tax on earned income to tune of 200 million euros annually. And the tax relief will mostly benefit lower income groups. Okay. So people who don't earn that much, they have to pay a little bit less tax according to this. Okay, it's kind of abstract, but still. And there's some stuff about the capital gains and withholding taxes. They are still kind of deciding on that. And they are planning to sell their state assets to patch 1.2 billion euro hole. All right, so this is one of the ways how they are planning to fund this stuff. So yeah, someone was asking how they are planning to fund this. So by selling their state assets, so something that the state owns, and then also these gains on, for example, the alcohol, petrol, and so on. Let's move on. Anything about Sote in that article? I'm not sure it was on this one, but there was definitely. It was in some other article. I think about the Sote is that they are planning to kind of take it back and work on that again. Hornets to be replaced, police ranks to be beefed up. Okay, so Hornets are kind of these fighters or jets for the Air Force, and they're planning to kind of replace them, and then they are planning to boost police resources. Internal Security Administration aims to fund the recruitment of additional 300 officers, while it will also boost resources in prosecutors' offices. Okay, I think that's good, because security is very important also for us Finns, so I think that's good that they are making sure that it's going to be even better that the police will have better resources on this. Yeah, nothing much to say about this one. Well, the Hornet things, I mean, as a like everyday Finn, it doesn't really affect me. I mean, well, we have to kind of care about the national defense because we have the army service and stuff. So I guess in that sense it makes sense, but I don't know if it's really money well spent or not. I mean, I guess you could spend it more to something more useful as well. But the police thing, I think that's good. Because always it's better to have more police. Some Oslo streets are a huge ashtray due to smokers. That's too bad. This government just proves that there is no democracy in parliamentary democracy. Okay. So nothing else to add on this one. Okay, let's move on. Next one is shift in NATO policy. Okay. So this NATO thing is always kind of like a debate. Like, should Finland join NATO or not? But the problem is, again, is our eastern neighbor Russia with this. Because if we joined NATO, I think Russia wouldn't really like that. What's my stand on this? Well, I'm kind of neutral. I just leave this for someone else because this is not really something I know that much about, so I just better shut up and let the other people do the thinking. But okay, the point is here that they have just written the new form, like the foundation of Finland's security and defense policy includes maintaining its national room to maneuver and options. This includes the possibility of applying for NATO membership. Okay. Well, I guess it's kind of good to keep all the doors open and being flexible. That's definitely good. Yeah, and it says like majority still oppose joining the US-led alliance. So it seems that Finnish people don't want to join NATO. But I don't really want to get involved in this discussion because, like I said, it's not really something I know much about. Do you have compulsory military service in Finland? Yes, and I have made a video about that too. I've also been to the army. And yeah, like Saikka says, it's compulsory for men and optional for women. But yes, there's a separate video about that. If smokers need higher tax, what about other unhealthy habits? I know that candy will be more expensive, or maybe it's already. Like I said, alcohol was also alcohol also got increased, and I think candy is already being taxed. And I think maybe in some other article there was plans to make also more increase on candy too. Okay, Finnish alcohol and tobacco laws do not work, just a money machine for government with taxes. What do you mean they don't work? Okay, anyways, let's move on. Increase refugee quota 1 month target to processing asylum application. Okay, so they are planning to... Hold on, what's this? According to the... From quota refugees from 750 to 850, and thereafter the number will be reviewed depending on the number of applicants within the range of 850 to 2050. The incoming administration also set 1 month target for processing asylum applications. Okay, well, I think that's good if they want to do the asylum applications quicker. Of course, that helps. And what do I think about the increase of the quota refugees? I'm kind of split on that. I don't really know if it's either good or bad. But this is interesting. The use of ankle monitors will be considered in cases where asylum applications are rejected. The new government also aims to look into reported problems related to family reunification cases, ensuring children's best interests and income requirements set for family members seeking reunification under international protection. Okay, these ankle monitors, that's kind of how would I say, not crazy, but you know, like taking the bigger guns to the battle. Or I mean, yeah, people who get rejected, I think they should be just sent. Okay, it's kind of difficult because if they are actually escaping their homeland where they might just get killed, is it really ethical to send them back there? But but if they just stay in Finland, even if they get rejected, that's gonna be expenses of Finland, and I think we shouldn't take care of the people who get rejected as asylum seekers here, or for whatever. Any foreigner who gets rejected for some reason shouldn't be on Finland's expense, because we have we need to take care of. We have our problems of our own too. But if we can't take care of us, how we can take care of others? Maybe I hope you get my point. So I'm not saying that we should send anyone every. Of course, everyone who gets accepted, welcome. That's good. But people who get rejected, like their application get rejected, why should they just stay here if they're not supposed to stay? What do you think about Finland joining NATO? I think I just explained it. Maybe the comments are coming a little bit late with laggy, so maybe that's the reason. Do you think if you paid army, or is it okay with the compulsory? Yeah, if we had the paid army, then we would have way less reserve units. That's the whole point of the army service, because in case we have to fight, we have a lot of reserve units. There's like how many people? There's like hundreds of thousands of guys and girls also in the reserve. So that's the point. Makes no sense to keep someone who gets rejected. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This has been kind of like a top... Well, I don't know, again, the details, but I've seen this being discussed. Sorry, I just asked about the NATO issue. Okay, no problem. But ankle monitor sounds kind of like it sounds something that you do in movies, but I guess it's fine to keep in track that nothing crazy happens with these kind of people. Okay, let's move on. Was there anything else? Okay, this last one, major infra project on the drawing board. Okay, basically this means that they're doing more road maintenance, 300 million euros for that, and major rail projects, planned extensions for railways, as well as possible design of an eastern line. Okay, that would be actually quite good because it's not very easy to go east on train in Finland, especially from west to east. That's like impossible. So that's good, and they're also planning to do 1 hour rail connection between Helsinki and Turku. I think that's good because these are kind of like important cities, and there might be even people who commute between these. So I think that's good, I guess. And was that all? Okay, that's it for these 10 things. Okay. What about EU? Do you think it's still necessary for Finland to be part of it? I mean, okay, this is the thing, like, if I just give a quick answer, I think EU as an institution is quite useful. I mean, because it makes the kind of trading much more useful, free movement, the currency is the same. So there's actually a lot of these kind of practical benefits, but I think there might be something that could be done better. But can I think of anything? For example, maybe EU sometimes controls too much of the local legislations. Or actually, I don't know. I don't, like I said, I'm not really much into this political stuff, so probably my answers are maybe not so satisfying in this case. So I guess EU is just Soviet Union 2.0. Okay. Yeah. Okay, but this is the thing. So now we can have a little bit more discussion on this. I think I'll just switch to the other screen. Okay. All right. So now if you have more, we can talk about these things, or you can ask me anything like off the topic also. Will Brexit affect Finland in any way? It might affect, but again, I just have to like put my hands up and I say like, I don't know. I haven't really looked into these kind of things, and this is one of the reasons why I don't really cover politics much on this channel, because I don't want this to be like politically charged channel, because politics is very, very difficult topic, because it's like one of these topics where you can't be really wrong or right, and I definitely don't want to get into that kind of crossfire. And secondly, like I said, I'm not really interested in politics that much. I just decided to do this video because I think this is important, because the new government was chosen. And in this sense, I'm always interested, okay, what they're planning to do and what kind of politics they're planning to kind of execute. So that's the thing. Let me just get the chat box here so I don't have to look. So there's some hate about EU here. Education is not really free, it's covered by taxpayers' money. Yeah, well, I think that's true. Like, nothing is free in this world. There's always someone paying it, but depending from with whose perspective we're looking at it. Got to go, excellent information as always. Okay, thanks Justin for the feedback. My country, I mean, voted against the treaty and we were completely overlooked. Where is this comment related? I think you need some freedom. They are just keeping them around and anticipating something bad to happen. EU will demolish itself by banning different options. Okay, for example, one of the kind of crazy things is the new copyright law, which can cause some really big problems. For example, to me as a YouTuber, because now they are putting these platforms responsible if someone uploads copyrighted material. So that's definitely something that I'm kind of scared, and that EU is trying to make these kind of like a very weird laws. Hello, Aleski. Aleski, I just want to thank you about your spoken Finnish course. It's useful a lot. Please do more. Okay. Thanks for the feedback. I'm actually planning to create a second course, a better course actually, which has like more practical stuff. And thanks for this comment. I think now I have some more motivation to do it. Actually, if I just quickly let you know, like when I'm creating these courses, I often like think like, is this something that you really find useful? Because I'm not a qualified teacher, and I'm not really trying to be like a competent teacher, but I just want to teach you like some useful, easy stuff that can help you get started. So, but this comment made actually me motivated again, so that's great. Aleksi, sorry, yeah, no problem. That's okay. Article 13, yes, that's the problem, yeah, definitely. We have 42 Finntastics watching, that's actually quite nice. That's good, because usually I have like around 30, so I think this is like a nice increase. Okay, but now you have chance to ask me anything Finland related, because I'm here to help you guys out. I'll try my best, and if I don't know, I can tell like a resource where you can go. It's funny that EKRE told in their pre-election ads that our country should be saved from refugees invading our country while we only got 50 refugees. Is that like, which country is that? Good channel, let's spread the link. Okay, I hope if that is a good feedback towards my channel. Thank you very much. Kiitoksia paljon. Egres Estonian, okay. Thanks for the... I would have thought it's like Swedish, but okay. Good. Milloin tulee lisää urheiluvideoita? Mulla on ollut kyllä mielessä, että voisi tehdä tyyli vaikka jostakin Antero Mertarannasta tai tämmöisestä, mutta täytyy katsoa. Se ei ole ihan semmonen aihe, mikä kaikkea kiinnostaa lähtökohtaisesti, mutta katsotaan. Do you think Finland is actually going to qualify with the Euro Cup? This is a good question, yeah, because Finland won 2-0 Bosnia-Herzegovina, if I'm not mistaken, in Tampere a few days ago, and that's great. And I just saw like an article that Finland actually might qualify for the first time ever to the European Euro Cup, and that would be awesome. It would be such a great national S-team boost for Finland. I really hope they could do. They have some good players like Teemu Pukki, he scored 2 goals in the last game. Let's see. Let me just... Can I... Oopsie. Okay. Just adjust the mic a little bit. Without EU, my country Poland would be nowhere, especially with the current government. Many people in Poland are hoping that EU would help us. Okay, but yeah, I mean, this is one of the kind of reasons why EU can be good. But yeah, I mean, there's probably no right or wrong answers to this, because there's so many opinions and angles and views we could look at this stuff. I'm curious about job opportunities in Finland. I am prospective master's student admired to Aalto University. I have made a playlist about working in Finland. You should be able to find it there, like some good insights. Finland football national team won't get to the final tournament before Danube. Right? What is Danube? Sorry for my ignorance again, but as a Brit, Brexit is very depressing. Yeah, I mean it's just causing so many extra problems to worry about and stuff. So, all right. Anything else you want me to help you out with, guys? Danubes Tonava. Oh, really? Why is it called? Why is it just? Is it like some other language called Danube? Maybe it is. Which fuel do people prefer in Finland, petrol or diesel? What is the cost and cost difference? I think I googled that. I think diesel is way cheaper, but there's like a diesel tax. I think it's a little bit higher. I don't really drive. I don't have a car, so I don't really know. Danube is a big river. Is it Donava? It's like Donau of Deutsch. Because it's Tonava in Finnish, but I think it's Donau. De Donau. Meine Meinung nach. I only follow All Points North and Short News, both broadcast in English by Yle. It seems informative and neutral, but maybe you could also suggest me some other source of news in English. I think Yle is definitely useful. It's because it's the official broadcast company. That's, for example, if I have to look some English news about Finland, I always go to Yle English. Adi Donau. So was. Vielen Dank für die Korrigierung. Do some Finnish speaking videos with Swedish Finnish speaking people. That's actually something that I'd like to do, yeah. I actually met some really cool magician this weekend he's born in Finland, but he speaks only very little Finnish. So we were communicating in Swedish and English, which was kind of cool actually. Have you heard of a Finnish channel called Exploring with Janne Flink? He explores abandoned houses, buildings in Finland. He's from Rovaniemi. No, I actually haven't. Maybe I should check that one out. Exploring with Janne Flink. Okay. Do it with YouTube Gabriela Grönroos. Okay, there's a lot of... I think I should write this down because I will definitely forget. Gabriela, let me just write this down. Grönroos. Ja mikäs se nyt olikaan, missä se oli? Exploring with Janne Flink. Exploring with Janne Flink. Okay. Thanks for the suggestion. He's a great guy. Very nice. Alright. Still says 42. Let me just see. 45 people watching now. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, where's my questions? Here we are then. Okay. I heard Finland will become emission-free by 2035. What are your views and what is the government done to truly achieve this? I think you can find better answers if you just Google. What are my views? I think that's great because, you know, the climate issues and problems are like getting worse and worse. So I think that's definitely good that we try to have such ambitious goals related to this. But I don't really know what are the action points for this. Google will be your best friend. Okay, what else? What can I help? How can I help you, Finntastic? By the way, just quick point out that thanks for everyone who answered the question on Instagram. I asked like, what is the first thing you would do when you come to Finland? And also on my Finntastic Facebook group. I'm planning to make a video about this, like 15 things to do when you arrive in Finland. So I got some really good answers from you guys, so we can definitely make a great video about those. How often are you broadcasting, Aleksi? I usually do every Sunday, like this live stream from various Finland-related topics, and on Wednesdays this is like a regular video. The guy I was talking about, Janne Flink, was saying that there's very few homeless people in Finland. Would you say that's accurate? I would say so. You don't really see homeless people. You see very rarely homeless people in Finland, but that's most likely because they have been like gathered in one place. So there are these like places where homeless people can stay and stuff, but you don't really see them in the streets. Okay, Saekka just turned out the ambitious goals. Yeah, sounds very ambitious indeed. Eat vegan food should be one of the 15 options when you come to Finland. Well, if that's something what you want to do, there's like vegan foods vegan, everything like vegan related is very good in Finland. I mean, every restaurant usually has some vegan stuff. Is Fatser really popular in Finland? I keep hearing Finns bragging about it, but as a German, I was kind of disappointed when I tried it. Yeah, Fatser is very one of our kind of national prides, and there's so many different Fatser stuff. So, but I mean, you know, when it comes to like taste, it's very subjective matter, because, for example, some people like Mammi, and some people hate Mammi, or let's just take, if we take a German kind of example, some people love sauerkraut and some people actually hate sauerkraut, so it's kind of the same thing. Just trying to be realistic. Yeah, no offense, definitely. I always got encouraged to speak your mind, guys, so that's definitely good. I was just like acknowledging your comments there. What is your opinion on Finno-Ugric relationships? Should people be more knowledge of where and how the language derived? That's a good question, but I think that's just kind of like, well, this is probably taught in school, definitely. But I mean, if you asked some random Finn in the streets, like, how do you know where Finnish like comes from and what's kind of the history, I don't think many people know it really. I want to thank you, Aleksi. Your videos helped me to immerse into Finnish culture. Now I'm true teekkari that often sings Koko kosken korvasi aina kunnon räkäkännit. So I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs in student times as well. Great. Awesome. I'm really glad that you got some value out of my videos. Let's see what else. Saika is suggesting some other stuff. That's actually good, yeah. We have some other brands as well. Fatser, yes, Fatser. Fatser is the way. What's the easiest way to move to Finland? And is it hard to find the jobs there? I'm a graphical designer. Well, it's never easy to move to another country. And for jobs, it completely depends what's your background. As a graphical designer, well, I don't know, because I'm not really a specialist in like a omni knowledge specialist that can speak for every field. You just need to do the research on your own. But I would say it's not easy, because finding the job is the challenging part. If you manage to do that, then the rest won't be nearly as difficult. And we have some Finnish tongue twisters also here. Alright. Fatser is just another bulk product, nothing special. Okay. I'm just very spoiled with Milka and Kinder. I love Milka myself. Milka is awesome. And Saika points out finding jobs is challenging even for Finns. Actually, that's a good point. So if you are competing against a Finn, you have to be really good. And it completely depends on the field. And also, what is your skills, what is your background, and how good are you doing applications? Because understanding the Finnish application process and how the recruiters think and do the thing, think everything through, will definitely help you a lot with this. Anything else? Did I miss something? We have 44 people still here. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up, because it will make this live stream even more fantastic. Do that. I don't see any more new questions. Oh, we're almost 1 hour in again, man. Time flies when you do live streams. What is the Finnish movie industry like? Are there a lot of Finnish movies, or does everyone just wait for the Hollywood stuff? Are there Finnish subtitles in English-speaking movies? Yeah, everything's subtitled in Finnish in Finland. Nothing. The only thing that are dubbed are cartoons, pretty much. Finnish movie industry, I think we don't really have, it's not really that successful, at least internationally. And I don't really, there's not really that many good Finnish movies that I've watched. Last year I watched one Finnish movie, and I think it was actually quite good, but I mean, internationally compared, I don't think we are doing that well. I might be wrong also, because I'm not really a movie specialist, but that's kind of my gut feeling. What else? Is working and studying as hard as finding a job after graduating? Is working and studying. So you get the job, and then you work and study again. Is that what you're asking? Well, of course, if you have to work and study, then it's gonna take a lot of your time. But there are people who are doing that, so. Ever played video games by Finnish developers? Maybe I have. Like Angry Birds or Trials. You know the Trials, the motocross game where you have to kind of go these steep curves, and you know you're riding this motocross and you have to get through the course without crashing. That's one play game, definitely what I played. That's actually a fun game. It's very old also. I watched Tuntematon Sotilas and really loved it. Any more suggestion to watch? There is one series on Netflix. I think it's called Border Town. It's kind of this Finnish criminal series. I watched a few episodes and I heard it's quite good, so that's something definitely what you want to do. No, I mean finding a part-time job. Okay, let's see, what was the question? Working and doing a part-time job. Well, it's up to you. I mean, there are people who definitely do that. So they study and work part-time. It's definitely doable, but you just have to manage your time better, procrastinate less. But it's definitely doable. Eating bread would be the first thing to do in Finland. Yeah, by the way, if you want to contribute your questions to this, you can go to our Finntastic Facebook group. There's a link in the description. It's free. And we always have kind of this, if people have questions or comments, thoughts on Finland-related people, you can definitely join the discussion there. Wreckfest is my favorite video game. I have never heard of that one. Bread and bread cheese. Oh, that's a good combo. Border town, also known as Sorjon. Yeah, in Finnish it's called Sorjon. Is there a website to see employment rate and predictions for certain jobs? Yes. Let's see, what is it, mikä barometri se oli? Ootas nyt. Hold on. I made a video about this also. Barometri. Mikähän se oli? Se oli joku barometri. Ammattibarometri. Okay. So, ammattibarometri. I think you can actually view this in... This should be also in English. But I made a video also about this. There's a Working in Finland playlist on my channel, so if you go check it, you can find it there. On what field are you working, Mr. Aleksi, if I may ask? Yes, I'm a Finnish porn star on my real job. Yeah, no, just kidding. I work in IT field as a sales manager. Okay, thank you. It would be actually quite interesting. Well, there is a porn industry in Finland, but it's like nothing. Yeah, that's a video idea. Like, how is the Finnish porn industry doing? Is it a lot harder to get jobs in northern parts of Finland like Lapland? Do there not being much going up on there? That's exactly the reason. In Helsinki, there's much more stuff happening, and also what's kind of important to keep in mind is there's much more internationality over here. You got porn actor's haircut and glasses. I take that as a compliment. Oh my goodness. That's a very funny comment. Oh yes. And yeah, just to let you guys know, I've already finished. Can you believe I'm finally on time? I've prepared a video for you for next Wednesday, and I filmed 2 new street interview videos this weekend, and I think they turned out quite nicely. And most likely they will be coming out in a few weeks. And I have also prepared a lot of awesome videos, like things to do in Helsinki and things to do in the summer in Finland. These kind of awesome videos. I just need to film them and make them for you. Do people love Nokia in Finland? Are they really patriotic and buy only Finnish products? Well, Nokia's not really what it used to be, unfortunately. And I think Finnish people buy also other stuff than just local products. Of course, they try to always, kind of support the local stuff, but I think Finns just care about that they can get the best product. For example, I don't really if I think of myself, I just want to get the best product. Is tomorrow a holiday in Finland too, Pentecost? No. Leider nicht. Today is like a kind of public holiday, but it's Sunday anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Nokia's nowadays specialize more into IT networks, etc. Yes, they are not making those mobile phones really anymore. What do Finnish people think of Kim.com of mega upload fame? I don't know this instance. Sorry about ignorance. I took a bunch of leipäjuusto and Karelian pastries back to New York. What is NC? Not New York. Whatever. All NC with me. The last time I was there, 13 plus hours unrefrigerated, still delicious. I mean, they don't really go that fast, that fast. Kim.com. I haven't heard of this Kim.com. North Carolina. Alright. Sorry for my lack of knowledge of abbreviations. Yeah, I know North Carolina, but I just couldn't come up with the abbreviation, so. God damn it. Alright. Okay, I think we can grab a few more questions before we wrap up this stream and this week also. He owned one of those huge piracy websites where people download movies illegally. Oh. I see. But I haven't heard of this one. Hyvää ilta, can I join here? Yes, you already did, so that's good. Alright. Kova jätkä, alright. Oh my goodness. I went to the beach today, by the way, for the first time this summer in Hietsu, which is like one of the most popular beaches. Do Finnish people like having pets? I think so. I think it's quite common to have cats or dogs or something else. I don't have any pets myself, probably because I'm kind of lazy to care, or yes, not pitää huolta lemmikeistä, to take care of them maybe. How long have you been doing these broadcasts? Well, I think my first live stream is from 2 years ago. But they were kind of crap back then. Now I've at least upped the game a little bit, but they are still not doing like sort of spectacular. One of the reasons why I do this live stream is to get in touch with you guys and kind of have these live chats and answer your questions. Did you see a lot of topless women there? Actually, I did, but usually the women who are topless, they are kind of like facing down because they take like sun bathing on their back. But if the question was, did I see any boobs? The answer is unfortunately no. Okay. Alright, yeah, just kidding there. But the answer is no anyways. In southern Finland, do you have the days in the summer where it's light all the time? Yeah, we do, but in northern parts, it's the durations are even longer. Which are the best beaches in Finland? I have heard about Yyteri. Yyteri is probably one of the most famous nude beaches in Finland. I haven't been there. That's in Pori, I guess. If you don't mind, where can I know where are you here in Finland, sir? I'm in Helsinki. What else? Okay, it's a very good questions. These are the kind of questions I can definitely answer. What's the general opinion of Finns of their neighbors? Norway, Sweden, Russia, Estonia. I made a video about what do Finnish people think about Sweden. There's a video about that already. I'm planning to do like a Russia and Estonia videos also, like a street interview videos. Sorry, my English is not good now. It's okay. My English is not that good either, so. What are some popular Finnish sites like forums or social networks? I tried searching, but I'm not finding that many results. Do Finns just visit English sites mainly? No, there's a lot of kind of these forums. For example, Suomi 24 or Ylilauta. Don't go to Ylilauta. Or Vauva-foorumi. Vauva.fi. Mitäs näitä vielä on? Tuleeks muita mieleen? Well, there's a few. Kuvake. Is Kuvake still running? I don't think it is. Since Finns don't really like Sweden, do you like IKEA? Well, IKEA is a big thing here. And I don't know where you base your fact that Finns don't really like Sweden. I like Sweden. There's nothing wrong with Sweden. But there are definitely people who don't like Sweden. That's sure. But I wouldn't say that all Finns don't like Sweden. All Finnish folks white complected. What does this mean? Can you elaborate a little bit? Why do Finns love saunas so much? Because it's a Finnish invention. So because we came up with sauna, so of course it's a big thing for us. If you come to Turku, I would like to do a vlog with you. Alright, I'm not sure when I come to Turku, but we'll see. I learned how to make Carolyn pies. Can share the recipe. Cool, alright. I think you can find some recipes on the internet too. But okay, let me just stretch my legs because I'm too tall. Okay, let's see what else I can help you guys out with. Or is there anything? And yeah, something that it's kind of cool to know. In 2 weeks we have Juhannus, which basically is the midsummer. That's the time when the day is at its longest, which basically means that the sun doesn't set at all, which is pretty awesome. It's a very important. It's the most important celebration during the summer. I have made one video about that, like 2 years ago. It's actually quite fun video. Usually I don't do videos at Juhannus because I just want to focus on the Juhannus myself. Because if I'm there filming, then it's gonna be really it's not really relaxing. It's about working basically. Apart from Helsinki, which cities are good in terms of living and jobs? I think, well, apart from Helsinki, Tampere I think is quite good. I think Oulu is also quite tech city. If Joe is around here, he can also give some tips. Well, basically the bigger cities, Espoo, Vantaa maybe. Espoo is also like a tech city. Yeah, those, I would say those probably. Still learning Finnish language, but it's not easy. Well, any language is not easy. I mean, it's gonna take a while to get good at a language. Would you ever do a video street interview on Finnish describing what sisu means to them? Oh, what happened? Was it... Oh, message retracted. Okay, well, yes, absolutely. I'm actually planning to make a sisu video by myself, but that's actually a great street interview video or idea as well. Let me just check how many people is still on board. 33 people, that's nice. Oops. Oh, where's my chat box? Okay. Guts and perseverance. Perseverance. How do I pronounce this? Perseverance. Perseverance. Wow, man. This is actually a difficult one, even for me to pronounce. Yeah, but that's a very good idea. I mean, that's good. Because that's very, very kind of interesting topic. Or it's a very Finnish concept. But yeah, that's another list. I mean, I have so many good video ideas for upcoming months. I mean, I just need to start filming and making those. When do you do street interviews? Do people agree easily to participate? Actually, this is interesting. So far, it's been surprisingly easy to find people who say yes. The problem for me is just that I don't dare to approach every possibility. Like I usually, there's a lot of people walking, but I too often pass the opportunities. But the percentage is really nice, like it's really high, like almost every third has said yes. For example, I filmed 2 videos this weekend, and I usually get like 5 interviews per video, and I got rejected maybe 6-7 times, so that's quite good percentage. Would you say Finnish people are generally more liberal or conservative? That's a very abstract. I think Finns are a little bit conservative. I mean, for example, adopting new mindsets, trying something new, this kind of things. In this sense, Finns are a little bit too conservative. But they are definitely liberal people too. But I have this kind of like gut feeling. Metropolitan areas are more liberal. Well, that's probably true. But I think still Finns should have a little bit better uudistumiskyky, like ability to try something new. Saakka, is Finnish language skills mandatory for job search after graduation? I mean, if it definitely helps. There are a lot of jobs which require zero Finnish, but there are many jobs that require Finnish skills. This is my first time to your LS. Sorry if I didn't saw you when you are LS last time. Our live stream is probably. Yeah, it's okay. I do usually do live streams every Sunday. One thing I'm most curious about as an English person is why Finns are quiet generally, without meaning to stereotype. First of all, we are very scarce population. Only 5.5 million people, 15 people per square kilometer. So it's always been like this, that we don't have many people around us. So we've always been used to do things on our own, or not with like hundreds of people around us. So I guess that's one of the one of the reasons. And since time has passed, it's kind of like it's been like ingrained to our behavior so deeply that's still like kind of part of the thing. If you aren't passionate about learning the language, Finland isn't for you, in my opinion. Well, I have many friends who don't speak Finnish and have like a good job here, and they're living here for many years. So it's definitely doable, but understanding the language it's gonna help you in many ways. So how long does it take on average to learn Finnish fluently? That's not the that's not it's not that's not something that we can really answer, because first of all, how do you determine fluent? What's your perspective on being fluent or fluency? And secondly, it depends strongly on like what's your motivation, how much you're willing to put maybe time and energy and money. But for example, it's definitely doable to reach from 0 to conversational level in 1 year, because I know people who have done that before. But it's gonna take some time and dedication to get that, but it's doable. Many people have done that before, so that kind of shows that it's definitely possible. Okay, every Sunday, same time or different time. It's usually the same time, but you need to click the bell button if you've subscribed, because then you get these notifications when I do this. Okay, I think I'll take one or a few more questions, and then I think I'll have to do. How about music festivals in Finland? Yeah, that's one of the cool things. I have made one vlog about the summer festival from 2 years ago. If you go to my page and you tell Aleksi himself music festival, you should be able to find it. You can see how it works. I'm learning Finnish for 6 months now, apparently not fluent yet. You can get good faster if you have chance to speak with the Finn. If you don't practice with the native Finn regularly, it's gonna slow your progress a lot. And if you're abroad, you probably don't have many Finns around you. But then you just have to go online. There's many platforms where you can find Finnish people who are there to help you get to speak Finnish. I heard that last summer in parts of Finland, reindeer were at the beach with people. Maybe it was. I can't really remember that myself. Learning a language is a journey, not a sprint. That's true. For example, well, I'm not really actively learning English anymore because I think I'm like quite decent. But still, it doesn't mean like I'm like completely mastered. I mean, I make still some small mistakes here and there, but the point is that I can pretty much express every thought that I want to. But that's gonna take time. What do the colors represent in the Finnish flag? Actually, that's a good question. Because all the Nordic countries have this like cross flag. So it probably has something. That's actually something I don't know. I probably need to look that up. Again, that's something that it's kind of like so you know, obvious, or like we take it for granted that we don't even think about like what's the point of the flag. How likely is it possible to make good Finnish friends faster? I made a video about this also, how to make Finnish friends. You can find it there. If there are any weird Finnish law that you know of. I made also a video about this, but that's more related to alcohol laws, but there's some really weird ones over there, so go check it out. Okay. Any idea what will the new government policy on legal immigration? The refugee quotas will be up. That's at least what I know. Satunen kysyi, mitä tarinaa on kanssa sininen käsille, sillä se osoittaa alaspäin. This one. Someone asked like, what is this? This is like this kind of like a glove that was in this one event, and I just brought home and I just randomly put it there. So my room isn't really nicely like decorated, mikä se on sisustaa. So, but that's just randomly hanging over there. Yeah. Okay, Finntastics. I think we will wrap up this live stream for now. Thanks again for showing up and being there. I hope you got some interesting insights and understanding more about us Finns and Finnish, culture, lifestyle, and language. And meanwhile, while you wait for the new video, please check my Instagram account because I share some stories from my everyday Finnish life. And also join our Facebook Finntastic Squad group. It's free and you can ask some more questions, get in touch with more other Finntastics. So those are both free, so you should definitely do that. And yeah, so thanks again for being there. Thanks for all the support. And also remember to hit that thumbs up if you haven't done that already. And we'll see you in the next video that will be on Wednesday. Wednesday coming up. So I will see you on Wednesday at latest. So good night, guys. Thanks for being here and so moro.